Happy Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining us for Wake Up Charlotte to Go. I'm Carolyn Brooke.
And I am Ben Thompson. We'll get to the day's big stories coming up in just a second. But first, let's get a check of the forecast right now with Larry Sprinkle.
Hey, good morning. Whole different situation today than yesterday. Today, we had clear skies out there. Rather chilly, though. Hit about 38 degrees at 9 by lunchtime in the low 40s. Not much above the upper 40s for high temperatures today. Around 7 o'clock tonight. Clear skies for the most part, about 40 degrees at that time. Tomorrow, whole different situation across the entire area. Notice we have a winter storm warning in effect for the northern mountains, Boone, Ashe, Watauga County, all included that. And then you get into pretty close to us, that is a winter weather advisory from Lincoln to Shelby, Hickory, Taylorsville, Morganton, Statesville, all the way to Salisbury. In those areas right there, they could get some sleet and freezing rain, could cause a little bit of ice, but major problems. But in the mountains, 1 to 3 inches of accumulation expected up there. Big area of low pressure out west, that's going to provide the moisture. High pressure north of here provides all the cold air that's going to be here over the next 24 hours. This is tomorrow. Notice the temperatures above the freezing mark locally. So that means here, I think just mainly a very cold rain. North of here with the temperatures right around 32 degrees, you could definitely get some freezing rain, maybe a little bit of sleet mixing in with that. There you go. Tomorrow we're 39, 47, 48 degrees Thursday and Friday, the weekend. Not too bad. We'll hit about 50 on Saturday, mid-50s on Sunday, slight chance of showers. We're back to the upper 50s for the beginning of next week. And that's your first one forecast this morning.
Larry, thanks. Turning to a wrap of the top stories of the day right now. Today, the community will honor a Mount Holly police officer shot and killed in the line of duty.
Good morning, I'm Ruby Durham in Kings Mountain, where Officer Tyler Herndon will be laid to rest after being shot and killed in the line of duty last Friday. His viewing will be held at First Baptist Church 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The funeral held at the same place starting at 2 p.m. There will be closures on El Bethel Road and Bethlehem Road from 12 to 6 p.m. You should expect delays.
Today, Governor Roy Cooper will give an update on the COVID-19 outbreak in North Carolina. About 5,000 people are testing positive for the virus across the state each day. We're now 4 days into the new curfew, cutting off alcohol sales at 9 p.m. And closing restaurants at 10. Governor Cooper expected to give more details at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Today, hospitals across the Carolinas will continue to vaccinate healthcare workers. The Pfizer vaccine was sent to 11 healthcare providers across the state of North Carolina. Atrium Health, one of those hospitals, getting the vaccine. You're looking at pictures right here of that first shipment arriving yesterday at the hospital. Folks getting that vaccine as well. About 85,000 doses being rolled out across the state in the first few days. Let's bring in Rachel Lundberg. And really a historic day in this fight.
It was a huge achievement. Here's another doctor locally that's jumping on board getting the COVID-19 vaccine. This is Dr. Jaspal Singh. He is saying that he's going to have a little bit more swagger now in the ICU after becoming the second at Atrium to get that vaccine. We know that Charlotte was among some of the first to get it, but the first person to get this vaccine was in New York City. Here's video of her. This is the moment Sandra Lindsay, a critical care nurse, became that first person to have and receive the COVID-19 vaccine. CMC, they have doses of it as well. They say that they're hoping this is going to be the game changer to help us break the pandemic, what a lot of people are hoping. In South Carolina, also receiving the vaccine, people there through Wednesday, the state is now anticipating 43,000 doses of it. And healthcare leaders in Ohio stepping up. 30 people got the vaccine yesterday, and they're expecting another wave similar to that today. Lots of our local leaders applauding those that are leading the charge in this. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper is one, saying that while it's a limited supply of the vaccine, it is a remarkable achievement, reminding those who don't have the vaccine, or even if you do, to still wear your mask and social distance and follow the guidelines so that we can put an end to this. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster saying that we're seeing American ingenuity at its finest, and Charlotte Mayor Vi Lyles also speaking out. In fact, she's partnering with Novant Health, and they are calling on community businesses and community leaders to go ahead and release their plan for how they're going to get their hands on the vaccine and then distribute it. They hope that if these businesses will release that plan as soon as possible, people will get comfortable with it and then also feel reassured that it's going to be given out equally to different people in our community. Guys, back to you.
Rachel, thanks. Time now to connect the dots when we make the news make sense. Yep, folks are getting vaccinated. It's just healthcare workers, nursing home residents at this point. The average American, though, is going to have to wait a few more months.
Now that vaccinations for the coronavirus have started in the U.S., how soon will the average American be able to get the shot? Let's connect the dots. The answer depends on who you ask. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar says in late February and early March, it will be easy as getting a flu shot, with stores like Walmart and Walgreens giving out the vaccine to the general population. That is, of course, after high-risk individuals like healthcare workers and the elderly get theirs. That's a slightly different timeline than the one from infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci. He says most people will have to wait until April. Dr. Fauci says that would mean we would be approaching herd immunity by next fall. That is when we can start easing some of our public safety measures like face masks. But the experts do estimate close to 70% of Americans will have to be vaccinated to reach that herd immunity. And that is connecting the dots.
Now to some stories to keep you and your family safe and sound today. If you test positive for COVID-19, you most likely got it from someone living in your home. A new study from the CDC found homes are hot spots for the spread of coronavirus. More than half of people who lived with someone battling COVID-19 became infected within a week. It makes sense, right? Experts say, though, the best way to prevent spread within your home is to isolate yourself in a separate room as soon as you start to feel symptoms, which is a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, if they're in the same house, that makes it especially
Yeah, it makes it really hard.
Well, if you want to be the next employee of the month, Carolyn, a few kind words could go a long way.
Okay.
New research shows managers are far more positive and helpful when they too feel appreciated. Turns out managers are humans too. Experts say taking just a moment out of your day to say something positive to your boss could make your life a lot easier in the long run. I mean, think about how often bosses hear people complain that on occasion, if they can hear something positive, they're no different. It's like the whole sandwich technique, a positive, a negative, and a positive.
I know, you always look at my emails and tell me that I should erase some stuff and perhaps not be so hot-headed.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
It's part of your charm.
Or something. Make sure you watch us every single morning starting at 4:30 a.m. on Wake Up Charlotte.